This young man has separated himself from his peers in the classroom to earn the honor of salutatorian. He has earned numerous academic accolades, including a perfect score on an SAT. He is a member of the National Honor Society, mock team trial, and various other school clubs and activities. I am sure he will be an asset to Boston University this fall. Please join me in welcoming Thomas Brennan.
Thank you. Welcome parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, friends, and the graduating class of 2011. Before I begin, time must be taken to acknowledge those without whom we could never have gotten here. To the parents, thank you for all the help you've given us, the support we always have from you, and for all the times you yelled at us to do our homework. It is your hard work, as much as ours, that brought us to this point. To the teachers, thank you for striving to inspire, for pushing your students to heights they never knew they could reach, and, most of all, for accepting my bribes. To the administration, thank you for not following the example of our last three principals by running in terror from our class. We appreciate your dedication. With our final moments as Wall High School students approaching, I find myself asking, what have I learned? Sure, I might have an understanding of chemistry or Latin, but raw subject matter can be forgotten. The real question is, what have I learned here that's changed who I am? Because somewhere between homeroom and that beautiful moment when the clock strikes 2:02, serious life lessons have been thrown at us. When we started signing each other's yearbooks, I tried, and failed, to sum up years of friendship in those signatures. In the process, however, I came to a realization. Whether they were my closest friends or not, those rare individuals who refused to cheat, to mistreat, to retreat from their sense of right and wrong were the ones who had won my admiration. There is something to be learned from that. There is something to be said for remaining uncompromising in a world full of rationalization. Because, if I might plagiarize from my friend's tattoo, life is not to live, but to live meaningfully. There's going to be a second lesson here, but we lost it in the budget cuts. The third and final lesson high school taught me is the same one I'm sure you're all just learning. I fully realized it just the other day at prom. As I looked out across the room, looking at a sea of faces that I knew and yet didn't know at all, I felt a pang of regret that I'd missed my chance to know so many more of you. Live quickly. Live quickly because you never know how much time you have or what you might miss if you don't seize the moment. Do yourself a favor. Go home and do all those things you ought to, but never do. Call an old friend. Go home and hug your family. Let someone know how much you've always cared about them. If we have to say our goodbyes at the end of this summer, we owe it to ourselves to cram as much life into these few months as possible. I said that we had to say our goodbyes, but the word goodbye isn't quite accurate. We can never truly leave Wall High School or our classmates behind. They are part of who we now are. Never forget the feeling you had when you got an A or scored a goal. Never forget the friends you had and what it meant to always have each other's backs. Never forget the football games, school plays, projects, lanyards, barbecue riblets, the screech of the fire alarm or the drone of the daily announcements. And never forget what it means to be a part of the Wall High School community. I hope we all see each other again. And when that day comes, don't hesitate to come up, tap me on the shoulder, and invite me to reminisce. I'll be more than willing. At the very least, never forget that. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. I would like to present you with this plaque that acknowledges your success at Wall High School and your participation in tonight's commencement ceremony. The plaque reads, Thomas Brennan, Salutatorian.